How's it going? One of the important things I've learned from my Aerogarden herb garden is how fast and pervasive basil is. It grows like crazy. Huge leaves, just massive and very fast. So we have to figure out things to do to keep that under control. I don't want to waste it, so I was looking for something to make that used a lot of basil, and I ran across a nice pesto recipe, and I thought, Victoria really likes pesto, so maybe I'll make a big batch of that and we'll see how that goes. So I found this recipe. We're going to follow it. We're going to make our own pesto, and then we're going to make a recipe for Victoria and see how she likes it. All right, the recipe ingredients for this include 2 cups of fresh basil leaves packed. It says you can sub half of the basil leaves with baby spinach leaves if you want. We went strictly with basil because we had so much of it to use. Then you're going to take 1/3 of a cup of pine nuts, and you're going to put the basil and the pine nuts into a small food processor like this one here. And we're just going to pulse it a few times. Then we're going to add in 3 minced cloves of garlic and 1/2 cup of Parmesan cheese and continue to pulse the ingredients. Then we're going to add in 1/4 teaspoon of salt or more to taste, and 1/8 of a teaspoon of pepper, also more to taste. And then all we simply have to do is add in 1/2 cup of olive oil, a little bit at a time. Now the recipe says to add it in while it's running. Mine won't allow me to take the lid off for safety reasons while it's running. So I'm just going to add it a little bit at a time and then run it and add a little bit more and run it. And then keep doing that until I've added in all the olive oil and it's all been smoothed out. And there you have it. Look at that beautiful pesto. That's all there is to it. It's pretty simple. And we had all the ingredients on hand, so it was, nothing at the store I had to get. All right. Well, let's go and make the recipe for Victoria. All right, so this recipe is for a little comfort snack that Victoria likes. And it basically involves just a bowl full of whole wheat pasta. She prefers linguine. Our grocery store is having trouble keeping stock of certain things right now with the supply chain issues. So we had some penny pasta, and I have cooked that according to the instructions. And then we just put that in a bowl and mix in a couple of spoonfuls of pesto real thoroughly. And then she just likes a couple of fried eggs put on top. Real simple. Oftentimes she would also like some grated Parmesan. I used all the Parmesan I had in the pesto itself, so I didn't have any to add on top. But that's it. It's simple, it's healthy, it's delicious. Let's see how she likes it. All right, it's done. Let's take it on out. I will tell you, Victoria's already said it doesn't appear to be as pretty as she had hoped. So we will start with that.
Start with my being an ingrate. Ooh, you already had a fork for me. It smells delicious. It smells really good. I have to get those yolks going. All right. Oh, here's a nice big chunk. Really good. Really good and not as salty as a lot of pestos, which is good.
It said salt to taste, so I underdid it intentionally.
It's delicious, sweet. Let me get another good juicy bite in here.
She's trying to make up for the fact that she says it's not pretty.
It tastes really good. That's the most important thing. We're being upstaged by Petunia. She's like, hi, what about me? Delicious, sweetie.
And basically free.
Oh, I was like, what? Because of the basil. And this is reminding me, sometimes people enjoy putting basil in their water. I think I mentioned that.
Yep.
We might do that. I might do that.
So,
give you a double thumbs up.
what to do with your leftover basil? Well, apparently, even for lack of visual appealingness,
I'm sorry.
apparently it does make rather tasty pesto.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. So when your basil overgrows, there's something to do. And it's not very expensive. A little bit of olive oil. Probably the pine nuts were the most expensive part of that. And a little bit of...
And sometimes people use walnuts instead of pine nuts.
Actually, I think I mentioned that. That was part of the instructions.
Oh. And my other thing I was going to say was, I've already forgotten. I've already forgotten what it was.
All right. On that note, she's going to go eat. And I'm going to go. See you guys later.
Bye.